Side Storm Team.
Weather much quieter overnight as we head into our Tuesday. Still could be a random shower or two, which I'll talk about, but I do expect Tuesday to be dry and a little less humid as well. But some storm chances will return as we head through the second half of the work week. All quiet right now down on Market Square. Temperature-wise, really hasn't been too bad. We've cooled off in the low 70s in some spots. We're 73 in Maryville, 75 in Maynardville, 74 in Oak Ridge, 76 still a little warmer there in Dandridge, but down to 71 in Middlesboro. And you see the very isolated random showers that we have. There's no lightning with this, though, thankfully, and no severe weather expected. But you may briefly hear a downpour in some spots near Norris, Jamestown, back into Scott County, up into southeast Kentucky as well, and as you go up towards the Tri-Cities. But again, these will be gone over the next couple of hours, and it looks much quieter towards daybreak. Still quite humid in some spots, though, sticky to tropical on the sweatcast, but I will say the wind has helped some. It stayed up in that 5 to 15 mile per hour range. That slowly relaxes as well. So we may see some patchy fog towards daybreak, but with that wind staying up most areas, I'm not overly concerned with it. 63 by daybreak in Crossville to 68 in Newport and Maryville, 67 in Tellico Plains, and 67 in Morristown. We'll call it a partly cloudy sky as we start out the day. Probably a mix of clouds and some sunshine, the best way to describe our Tuesday, but it is a little less humid. Temperatures are staying below average, which is 88 this time of year in Knoxville. And it will stay dry. 79 Crossville for a high tomorrow. That's it. Same thing in Oneida and Jamestown. You're at about 78. It does get a little bit warmer as we head into Wednesday, a little more humid as well. Temperatures topping out in the low to mid 80s for most areas and some upper 80s across the Southern Valley. 87 down into Tellico Plains, but only 82 in Greenville. We'll see a partly cloudy sky Tuesday, but also a chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm as we head into the afternoon for our Wednesday. Plus, it's a little more humid, so heat index values like low 90s and upper 90s for heat index values into the weekend. So why is Thursday a little cooler or less of a heat index? Because rain chances will be going up. So especially later Wednesday into Thursday, increased opportunity for rainfall. Could be a few isolated stronger storms. I think the bigger impact of Thursday going to be some locally heavy rain in some areas. Let's jump ahead to Wednesday night. This is 11 p.m. I mentioned a spotty storm or two Wednesday through the afternoon, but more likely, as you see, it's rain chances overnight into Thursday morning and then continuing as we go through the day Thursday. Some of this rainfall could end up being locally heavy depending on where they set up across the area. So we'll keep an eye on that. That's 3 o'clock. We'll take this on into the afternoon and evening. That's 7 p.m. right through 11 o'clock as well. So you kind of get the picture here that we're talking about. But it is quieter overnight tonight. And if you're heading to the Smokies for tomorrow, should be a decent day. Look how cool it's going to be in the higher elevations. 62 at Klingman's Dome and only 80 at Anakeesta for tomorrow. All right, as we go into the week, again, enhanced opportunity for rain, especially later Wednesday night into Thursday. Isolated severe storms, but I really think the bigger impact could be some locally heavy rainfall with these. That's why highs are only going to be in the upper 70s. And as we go late week into the weekend, it's a little more typical summer forecast. Muggy mornings, upper 60s to near 70, mid to upper 80s in the afternoon, and just slight chances of those random pop-up afternoon storms each day.
All right, Ken.